See, what a lot of people don't realize is that when you was with the narcissist, you was all alone. You was really all alone by yourself when you was with the narcissist. And it was weird because you was more alone than you was even if you was just single by yourself, because you lost yourself. So you had lost yourself and you was isolated by the narcissist. So you was super alone. The narcissist didn't have none of your best interests. They started off like they did, but then you find out that they didn't really care about nothing you cared about. They kind of tune you out when you talk and they don't really pay attention to you. You know what I'm saying? Remember, to the narcissist, they mom, they family, they friends, they flying monkeys are 20 times more important than you. So they done isolated you, and they still got their friends, they still got their people. Narcissists, they work in packs, they work in groups. They use the enablers and the flying monkeys to set all kind of schemes and everything, and they got their enablers so they can have people to badmouth you to, people to villainize you to, people to validate them when they do you wrong. See, they work in pack. You was all alone, they had you outnumbered. The narcissist brought you around more low vibration energy. She or he brought you around the smear campaign to let them root against you without you knowing. You was completely all alone. You got isolated from your kids, your mom, your dreams. That's why the narcissist could discard you like that, because the narcissist tapped out of the relationship probably a month within it. You was probably with the narcissist for about 4 months, 5 months. The narcissist had tapped out like probably a month and a half within it. The relationship I was in with the narcissist, I spent the majority of the time by myself. She would ghost me. I spent a lot of time by myself with no phone call, no nothing. If I look at my text log, it's times we talking, and then weeks nothing. Then you can look at my text log and it'll show you. It's almost like I could take a screenshot of how it's like communicating with a narcissist. I could use my text log to show you. She was alone because the narcissist wasn't emotional. They had a wall up. You felt scared about saying your accomplishments, and you didn't know if they would shoot them down. Your validation was all screwed up. You know, you was all alone in this twisted world that they brought you to. You know, it's weird how when you with a narcissist, you literally by yourself. You in an open relationship with them. They moving around, and you're literally alone. You know, it's like you go visit them. You go around them and their people. They don't talk to you. You can feel the wall up between them and their people. You know, it's just like you're completely alone. That's weird. Isn't that weird how you're supposed to have a companion, but you know you like with not a soulmate, a soul roommate, a roommate basically. When you through with a narcissist, it make you have a new appreciation for people that get you. You know what I'm saying? It make you have a new appreciation for peaceful people who don't mind giving you your props, who not threatened by your life. That's a recipe for disaster with a dark impact. That's why I cheated. I got devalued and I was left alone. I felt alone in a relationship, and I was ghosted, and I was devalued. It was nowhere but up from there. And I ended up cheating just because I had a bunch of space and opportunity and a bunch of toxicity. Don't work with it.